Thank you very much, madam. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on such an important bill. Scheduled tribes have been one of the most deprived and neglected section of India for thousands of years. After the country got independence, our constitution makers provided constitutional protection to the deprived classes to get rid of the discrimination. Constitutional provisions under the Article 15, 16, 46, 330, 332, 335, 342 were made to give reservation to the marginalized classes in education and jobs. But despite many social security schemes by the government, scheduled tribes are living in a desperation and poverty. Now that our country is preparing to celebrate the 75th anniversary of its independence, there is an urgent need to take to concrete a meaningful steps to bring the above mentioned section into a mainstream of the country's development. Madam, it is a progressive bill as it ensures that tribal Dorlang community recognition under Article 342 of the Constitution. It will attract several benefits, including reservation in jobs and education, scholarships after passing class 10th, national overseas scholarships for the studies, national fellowships, soft loans, and free residential and food facilities in the student hostels for the communities. There is no denying that societies must not only feel a collective responsibility for injustice done to the communities, but also attempt to atone for it in concrete ways. The bill is significant steps in the direction to establish the tribal rights. Madam, tribal youth in India are facing inequality in terms of educational and attainment, employment opportunities, healthcare infrastructure and facilities, stigmatization, lack of proper awareness, and ecological constraints. Both the tribal men and women suffered from vulnerability during the pandemic. While the men are suffering from the loss of jobs and economic sustenance, the women are suffering from the burden from the family's economic conditions, nutrition, hunger problems, and domestic violence. Unlike initiatives taken by the other countries like Australia, Costa Rica, New Zealand, the initiatives taken by the India government are very few. Without the help of the SCHs and cooperative efforts at all the villages level, it is very difficult to conceive that the tribal could not handle the precociousness during the pandemic. Tribals are the most vulnerable to food insecurity, malnutrition, and illness. In 2019, India ranked 1 or 2 out of 117 countries in the Global Hunger Index and fall under the serious hunger category. COVID-19 and subsequent lockdown have threatened the livelihood of the tribals. Tribals are having inherent diseases, and these researchers need to study deeply for the permanent eradication. Importing employability, training skills to the tribal migrants will improve their skills and empower them to look for other income generation opportunities. The skill mapping approach will help the assessment of jobs as per their unique skill set. Employment creation via startups and small medium entrepreneurships should be encouraged by the engaging tribals to make local products. The promotion of the tribal products in collaboration with public figures will quickly push sales. Ekalavya model residence schools have been started with the support of the Government of India. The objective of the Ekalavya model residence schools to provide the quality middle and high level education to the scheduled tribes students in the remote areas. Not only to enable them to avail to reservation in higher and professional education courses and as jobs in the government and public and private sector, but also have access to them best opportunities in education at par with the non-ST population. The ministry has sanctioned 28 Ekalavya model residence schools for the state of Andhra Pradesh, out of which 7 EMRs of Visakhapatnam and two for the East Godavari are not yet functional. Efforts should be made to be make all EMRs functional for the comprehensive physical, mental, and social development of all the students enrolled in the each and every EMRS. I would like to request the central government to consider the setting up the special educational zones in the scheduled areas for better educational facilities for the students from the tribal community. Especially EMR schools cannot cater to all the students. This creation for special educational zones would be extremely benefits for the current generation students from the communities to compare with the other students. There has been successive decrease in the funds released to the state of Andhra Pradesh under the scheme of grant Article 275(1) of the Constitution from the 63.9 crores in 2018-2019 to 20.5 crores in 2020 and 2021. To achieve the basic objective of the scheme to support the state government in the bridging gap of the tribal population, create must ensure the release of funds, especially for the states in the fifth schedule having more tribal population like state of Andhra Pradesh. In AP, state government too recently has specific ST sub-plan of rupees 6,145 crores. And such a system can be also followed at a national level. I would like to bring to the notice of this House the support of the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh has extended the tribal community, especially for the women. The Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh is a woman from the tribal community, and also he provides all the schemes, especially development of the women. I would like to request the government to support the tribal communities in all states, especially ensure the budget allocation on the welfare programs do not get lapsed and are implemented effectively. Furthermore, I would like to request the government to ensure the public sector institutions are not shut down. I would like to bring to the example of Vizag steel plant as disinvestigating. This plant would result in a loss of jobs 4,000 people from the SC and STs. If the government, instead of starting new institutions, began to shut down the institutions, the lost hope of the people from the community to get jobs also get lost. Hence, I would like request the government to create more government jobs in the government sector for the comprehensive development of tribal community, not to close down the institutions. For this, with these suggestions, I support the bill. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Shri Dr. Pratima Mandal ji.